Historically, coffee has been a very important crop for this country. At some point, it was Uganda's leading forex earner. Now today we have very interesting developments, Shamim, about the coffee subsector, or crop for that matter. I don't know what you think or make of Uganda's decision to get out of the International Coffee Organization.
I think that it's quite an environment that we're not aware of yet.
Okay.
And perhaps we should be asking ourselves the question, does Uganda have the muscle to actually pull through onto the global scale?
Coffee is the second most traded commodity in the tropics, but also in Uganda it's the second biggest revenue earner for the country and also an important income for the households. And as UCDA, our role is threefold. We ensure quality of the seedlings. We provide technical information to the farmers. We also ensure that we mobilize all the stakeholders. The last 2 years, we've seen milestones being broken in the coffee sector. Whereas the country was rocked, we saw Uganda for the first time exporting over 500,000 bags in a month. That has never happened. In July, we saw our exports soaring up to 700,000 bags in a month. But also annually, we saw our export rising from 5.1 million bags to 6.1 million bags of coffee. That was not enough. Uganda's coffee ranked the third best in terms of aroma and the quality in the whole world. The focus of Uganda Coffee Development Authority, which is an agency of the Ministry of Agriculture, is to be aligned to the agro-industrialization agenda. We have been famous for exporting green beans. Our coffee is being used to blend other coffees, and the time is now to support the value addition. Uganda's coffee is still traded as commercial coffee. Our coffee needs to go to the highest level, what they call specialty coffee. That is where they see the scores of coffee, the aroma of the coffee, the scoring up to 85% and above, and we can do it. We have been carrying out competitions among what they call the Taste of Harvest, and we have seen many young people, many SMEs, we are not talking of big farms, coming in and doing competition and beating down, hands down the big boys. There are many things we can do without coffee. Value addition does not mean having only the coffee powder. There are cosmetics from coffee, there are wines from coffee, and that's where we also need to focus. The role is focusing on supporting farmers. This role is looking at creating jobs and incomes for the farmer and revenues for the country. Uganda has been an active member of the International Coffee Organization since 1963. Ugandans have held various positions on the committees of international coffee organizations, and this international coffee organization is governed by agreements. Member countries, importing and exporting members sit together and look at the challenges in the coffee sector. There were many issues that had not been handled and an opportunity that Uganda could explore. So we put to them a number of issues to consider in the new agreement. The drafting started in 2018. It was extended for 1 year. It was extended again. And when it was to be extended up to for another 2 years, starting from February 2022, our interests had not been catered for. The text was as usual, and we put to them that many of the clauses you are even including there are actually outdated. They were operating before 1989 when we were trading in quotas. It needs to have new clauses that inform the new dispensation. If I can enumerate a few of them, one, Uganda desires to export value-added coffee. We are exporting dollars, we are exporting jobs. Importing countries are putting high tariffs on these coffee exports. They want us to continue exporting green beans. And one of the roles of ICO, which brings together a platform both producers and exporters, was to see how some of these issues can be discussed and some of those barriers and tariffs can be removed. The time before the quotas, countries were having prices which were regulated. But now the prices are driven by market forces. What happens is that our producers are not having a fair share of the final price. Instead of having a prosperous income as farmers, they are having survival incomes. We need to have farmers who are also proud of the trade. We are looking at benefits from the ICO. The budget of ICO, 70% of their budget is on salaries and premises. Only 3% is on program of activities. And we are saying, can we change that story around? This money is supposed to be running the organization, but on top, it's supposed to be supporting the challenges being encountered in the coffee trade. Uganda has notified the ICO that we are not going to be part of the extension of the 2 years when they are drafting a new agreement, unless our issues are catered for and there are clear clauses in the agreement which separate the interests of Uganda. And this is not just a Ugandan case. Uganda has been, as always, spearheading many of these innovations. In this, Uganda has many other countries are supporting us, are saying these are genuine concerns, and many of them have put them back to the ICO to tackle them. After 2 years, if the draft is ready, Uganda is going to look at the draft, and if the clauses in the new agreement attest to the interests of Uganda, Uganda is going to ratify the new agreement and we are going to join. I want to invite all of you to think about how we can harness our environment. We are blessed to have Uganda as the origin of Robusta coffee. Our coffee is sought after, and we want to provide information and support to all the stakeholders that as UCDA, as government, we can support, transform this country using coffee. A typical farmer who has 2.5 acres is able to send children to school, build a permanent house with cement, mawati, and bricks, and look after the children. This is an investment we see a farmer in 2.5 acres can make between 20 million and 27 million annually. And we believe, given our good soils, given our good weather, it's a worthwhile investment. And we want to invite the youth that along the coffee value chain you can make money. Even the borders on a stage, have a weekend, an evening, plant a few trees of coffee. You save for the rainy day, you save for the day you will not be energetic enough, but also supplement to your income using coffee.
Well, that so brings us to the end of the first segment of Man and Markets. Thank you for being part of the show. We'll pick it from there.